So anyways, Adam, you have some reviews for us, don't
I have
you?
a review.
You have a review?
I wish I had reviews, but nothing really good came. Well, I could review the skin pack, which was awesome, but that's about it. There,
Okay.
but that's one review done.
Okay.
Get it.
Get it. Get the skin pack of Minecraft-ness.
There's actually some really good ones. They have a Jet Force Gemini couple of skins in there. And I don't know if you remember that game.
I remember
that was a great N64 game. I thought
they must have done a deal with. Well, who owns the rights for Rare now?
I don't know.
Is it Microsoft Studios?
I think they might. I'm not sure.
They.
But like, I looked through some of the stuff and thinking, how the hell did this get in Minecraft? I'm like, how is it these things? Because I mean, Perfect Dark's in it.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting there thinking, Jet Force Gemini. Does anybody even remember this game?
What?
Except me?
The next one that's gonna come out is Banjo-Kazooie.
No, they already did it. They already
did it?
They did Banjo-Tooie in the first pack.
What? And I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Oh. Jesus.
This is what you get.
This is what I get from not jumping on my Xbox in the past month. Jeez. All right, your review.
Well, Counter-Strike Global Offensive came out. And it's exactly what I remember as it being. As I said to you, it's the reasons why I love and hate it. And the reason I love it is because it requires skill. Mm-hmm. And the reason I hate it is because it requires skill. This game, if you play Call of Duty or Battlefield or any other mainstream shooter, be prepared for the first 5 to 10 hours to be completely pissed off. Because here's a concept. Mm-hmm. Not every shot you shoot's going to hit its target.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but when you fire a gun, it doesn't always go where you think it will. Because there's things around, like guys moving away. And, snipers sometimes, the wind might blow it an inch off. Apparently, most shooters forgot that.
Yep.
So when you play a game like Counter-Strike, you just assume, I'm just going to blind fire. Oh, shit, I'm dead already. Because staying still and crouching is the way to get better accuracy. Because, not everybody runs around at Usain Bolt speed and fires perfect shots. So, naturally, you have to actually be smart. You're not... Actually, no, I did see a guy running around with a shotgun like a jackass in Counter-Strike the other night, but you're not going to see guys running around with knives trying to kill... Because knives don't do killing that well in this game.
No. I mean, it's all well and good when you get a knife kill, but knives are good for one thing, and making you go faster is that one thing.
Yes. Yeah, there's actually, physics in this game. Things that make sense. You run faster with just a knife in your hands and not an M249 machine gun.
But everyone runs fast with a knife.
But, the game itself, there's a few little things that I got to nitpick out of it.
Okay.
One is that there are a lot of weird glitches in it.
Okay.
For example, there was one game I played where I couldn't reload.
Yeah.
And this is on a server.
Mm-hmm.
That can be a problem. There was one guy who came onto a server and was complaining that the only thing he could do was jump and move. He could not even shoot his gun. That might put him at a bit of a disadvantage.
That would be a thing. Although if you win like that, that's a different story.
Well, it just means all he's doing is collecting hostages because he can't do it. Because if he can't defuse it or he can't plant a bomb, he can't do that either.
Yeah, true.
But there's always these weird little things and I don't know if that's just something they can quickly patch or if it's just having to do with how bad this. I don't know how good the servers are. It's an arcade title, so you can't guarantee it's going to be amazing servers. Mm-hmm. But it's Valve, so I expect better anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, Valve, you can run your own servers.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. Players get their own servers, they can do things. Unless I'm completely mistaken, Valve is running their own stuff.
The other thing that drives me nuts is that for most people who do understand Counter-Strike, there's two different modes. There's bomb defusal and there's hostages.
Yep.
So in one mode, it's like search and destroy essentially in Call of Duty, where you have 2 bomb sites to plant. If you plant one, and everybody's got to get the hell out and defuse that before it blows. Mm-hmm. In hostages, there are 2 sets of hostages somewhere, and usually in the T spawns,
yep.
Or terrorist spawns, because counter-terrorists and terrorists for people who don't know Counter-Strike. And you have to basically either collect all those hostages or it just ends when a team dies. Mm-hmm. In the case of defusal missions, you can kill all the people on the terrorist side, but if the bomb's planted, you're still going to defuse it, otherwise you're still blowing up.
Yep.
It's like suicide bombers. If they die, it doesn't matter if they die. If they blow something up, their mission succeeded. Mm. So the one problem I have is that you can't play both modes in one lobby. You can only play either a defusal round of maps or a hostage round of maps. You can't do both. which is really, really odd, I guess. Because, like, there's not a lot of maps. There's usually, like, maybe 6 to 8 per game type.
Yeah.
Which means that by the time you hit maybe an hour, you'll have played every map. And there's also vote maps, too, you know. So sometimes people are skipping certain ones to go back to Dust, because everybody loves Dust.
Yeah. Well, not to interrupt, but I will say that Valve does have a very large mod base for this. And, you know, modded maps have always been a thing in Counter-Strike.
Xbox won't get that.
Xbox won't get that. However, I will say that having Counter-Strike Go come out now reminds me a hell of a lot of when Source came out. Because now I feel like, because I never played 1.6.
Yeah,
I never played Counter-Strike 1.6.
I didn't either. I played I played Condition Zero, which was that really bad single player one. You remember that?
No, I don't remember playing it. I remember it being out, but I never remember playing it. But the thing is, when Source came out, I started playing Source a lot and started getting pretty good at it. But then I remember hearing from all my friends that, 1.6 was so much better, it had so much more of this, it's so much more polished. And of course, 1.6 would have been polished. It's been out for so many years.
There's always guys that'll say, oh, Black Ops is so much better than Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah.
That's because you were better at Black Ops, I'm sure. Just because you're better at one game over the other doesn't mean that one was shit.
But now I'm hearing from some of those same friends that, when they're playing Counter-Strike Go, it's like, it's a great game and all, but I just long for the days of Counter-Strike Source and sitting down and playing with my friends and the LAN party and stuff like that. It's funny how this keeps happening every single iteration.
Guys, we were supposed to be happy that this game came out. Shut up. Nostalgia is not worth anything.
Well, the thing is with these games, you can go back and reinstall it and probably reinstall it on your phone.
I've reinstalled Source like 10 times on my laptop because I keep doing it, then playing one game, hating it again because I suck, and uninstalling it so I have disk space again, and then like, I should try playing it again. You always have the option to do it because as long as Steam knows you've purchased it, you can just keep redoing it.
Yeah, and you know what? I'll say that about that, but like the same thing happens with Deus Ex. Anytime you mention Deus Ex, someone picks it up again and reinstalls it. That game is so old, but it is so fun. And good times.
People need to get out of this whole idea that nothing's ever going to be as good as its first or the first game that they grew up with. Of course not. If you have memories tied to that game, of course you're going to like it more.
Yeah.
But if you want me to say specifically, I do like Global Offensive a lot more than Source. It just needs a little more tweaking. That's the problem.
I think give it time, and it will be as good as
there
Source
are some
in
simple
terms of
additions
bugs.
that they made that are really good. Like they have 2 new modes, which is Arms Race and Demolition. Demolition is 1 bomb site, and every time you get 1 kill in a round, you have to switch guns. So it forces people to learn weapons. Same with Arms Race, which is basically gun game, which has always been a big mod in Source anyway. So they do good things. The other thing they do is they add a couple grenades. They add fire. So they add Molotovs and incendiary grenades, which works. It creates openings. It keeps people from going that way for a second. Now you have a chance to really charge a place. Just those 2 little things. It's like how Eagle Raptor says when X made the changes where all it was wall jumping and dashing. And those were 2 big things. All you gotta do is put a couple tweaks in, and you can completely change the way a game is played. Now, it's not quite... The AWP is still the most overpowered weapon ever. People will buy Desert Eagles always first round unless they feel like going with the dual Berettas. That stuff's never going to change, but, just the little things that they've done, and if with a couple patches here and there to tweak out the little problems that it has, it can be just as good, if not better, than Source. Obviously, I haven't played on the PC. I've been playing the Xbox version, so I can't complain with it too much until I play it on PC. But it does what it's supposed to do. Right now, if I want to give it a rating, it's a 7.5 because of the problems it has, and because it is stupid that you can only play 1 mode at a time when you could always switch between Office to Dust to Italy to Aztec. You could do that at any point. And the fact that they're in the Xbox version, at least I haven't seen whether it does this on PC or PS3. But if there are rounds where something happens that you either can't shoot or reload a gun, that's a game breaker.
These patches are things that will have to happen with an online game like this.
But given the fact that it's an arcade game and it's 1,200 points, it's hard not to complain when it's a game that will give you endless hours of fun, because that is a game that you can never be perfect at. You will always have a bad round.
Exactly. Is this?
I could play COD and have 10 straight rounds of like even play. I can't play 2 rounds of Counter-Strike without getting either my ass handed to me or finally starting to dominate something.
Well, before COD, before Modern Warfare, before even Halo, Counter-Strike was the first-person shooter MLG type game. It was the competitive game, everything.
To this day, it still is.
It still is, and is like Counter-Strike Go, in your opinion, still that game?
Yes, absolutely. Like I said, until I played on PC, I can't be 100% sure of that fact, but because of what I've seen on the Xbox, I have no reason not to think that. It's still the extremely challenging. You need skill and strategy to play that game. The other thing that I didn't realize yet, I don't know if I think they've said they're going to fix it. You can't go into games with your party. So it's really hard to kind of organize games. And because you can't go in with parties, it obviously means you still have to select teams, which means there are times that you might not play with your friends on the same team, which is a little bit of a disadvantage. But then again, Counter-Strike, it's a little hard to fiddle with. It's not COD where everybody's expected to play on teams.
Yep. And it'll be interesting to see what the kind of patches come out for it in the future, because obviously this will sell quite a bit on Xbox, as well as it already has on Steam. Anything else you want to add to your review?
Nope, that is it.
All right, fantastic.
Play
it.
If you really want a night to see just how good you are at shooters, play that game for about 2 full rounds and then come back to me. You will realize how actually wrong you are just because you think you're really good at COD or Battlefield.
All right.
That game will teach you.